The subtlety of identifying the being is perceived in a sane state, and in a state of apparent madness, through the mistaken interpretations of lived experiences. The being, very often, submits to mistaken interpretations and surrenders to apparent sanity, which causes it to return and maintain itself unchanged in behaviors common and appropriate to the social model, understood as normal and natural. Experiences that awaken the expanded states of being are then dulled and limited to the atrophy they received. How many have surrendered to the prejudices of living in accordance with the moral and ethical model of traditions elevated to the highest level, and have given up experiences in the expanded world? How many concepts of reality and falsehood have confused the understanding of being? In this regard, the text makes very clear the danger and the non-existence of the need for submission. The being is the complete being, and, although it goes through moments of limited manifestation, it is not limited. There is maturity, expressed by chronological age, during the period of existence in the manifestation environment, and maturity, expressed by the ability to use the equipment available for manifestation. Often, elements of connection are weakened or broken, preventing full relationship in the environment in which the being is. This disconnection is treated as a mental illness, given the incapacity for responses requested, and considered as natural and normal. Various concepts define the various types of responses. The incapacity for appropriate use of the environment, however, does not incapacitate the being. The being remains active, in that apparent mismatch, in various periods and locations. There is no error in adjustments and adaptations in the understanding of dysfunctions. This is part of the very limits of understanding that the maintenance of the environment requires and imposes. The misunderstanding of possible incapacities limits relationships, but awakens several other dormant aspects in beings, both in those who present dysfunctions, and in those who do not understand them. The adequacy of the being, when provoked by dysfunctions, is not easily understood. Dementia and madness are similar, but not in this treaty. It is perceived that there are dysfunctions for certain stimuli and questions. At the same time, it is not perceived what is happening in the inadequate being. Conceptual models can identify and establish the existence of parallel worlds. There is one in which beings relate in an established manner as normal. Another is that in which inadequate beings relate. A third world is one that is the integration, or attempt to integrate, of the various worlds. It is perceived, even with great clarity, the discomfort that exists in the attempt to coexist of one world with another. The greatest apparent limits are as limits as any other limits. From another point of view, one could say that these limits are smaller. The intelligence age argues that one who thinks thus does so because it is not with him that this process is taking place.